Hello and welcome back. I'm Chris Radke, the editor-in-chief of Geek.com. I'm joined here with the voice of Star Trek itself, Jordan Hoffman, host of Engage, the official Star Trek podcast. Hello. And we've got Movie Bob Shipman, our movie critic here on Geek.com. And what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the best in Star Trek merch to give and get this holiday season. So, Jordan...
Wait, time out.
Okay, time out.
You use Turnabout Intruder Movie Bob, if I may. Turnabout Intruder is what you choose. One of the worst of the entire original series. Who put this up? Minor, did you put this up?
Nerds.
No, it was This was done by our art team.
Oh, I mean, beautiful aesthetically. Don't get me wrong, but the aesthetics are gorgeous. I'm saying from a content POV, there are literally 76 better episodes than this from the original series. But God bless. Turnabout.
So wait, if you were to go choose an image from TOS, that would represent the spirit of gifting.
You know, in Star Trek, they are not really hung up on material goods, so they don't really.
They just replicate them.
They just
like I want a Furby.
Yeah,
make it so.
Furby and boop boop boop, and it would come out. No, you know, it would be from I don't know, Life Day, I guess. You know, that's a different.
That's a whole other thing. So, hey, Bob, which is your favorite era of Trek?
Original series.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question.
Why is that?
You know, it's more my aesthetic. It's more where I live on. Like I like Next Generation fine. You know, I always like conceptually. I always really like it. I was like, wow, there's all these great actors and there's all this great futurism and these ideas. And then I actually sit down to watch an episode and I go, oh right, I'm stuck with you guys.
Oh,
okay.
It's Alexander again.
Oh well. Okay, here we go.
Both suck. They both suck. All Star Trek is great. It's all one thing.
It's all one thing.
It's all one thing. Whether it's Enterprise, whether it's DS9, whether it's a non-canonical myriad universe short story you're reading, it's all
like
good.
Like the magics of Magus Mal.
The magics of Magus 2 from the animated series. So do you want to talk about what's available in stores today?
I do.
Yeah.
Our time is limited.
Because some of the Schmendricks out there haven't bought their holiday gifts yet. And if you need a gift, we have a couple of options. I want to start this one.
Whoa.
First of all, look at this.
Batleth, man.
Well, look at this awesome Baldric here. Like Worf himself. You can go into battle. If you are a corporate warrior, and you are... If you have to go into meetings, like a job interview, and you need confidence, what better way than to open up your bag with a Klingon Imperial logo, a Batleth worthy of Kalis himself, and you open this up, and you can present your CV, your resume, and on it he says, I fought Qapla', I fought in the battle on the River Skrull, and I will help work your social media accounts, and I want this job. So you got all kinds of, and if you have one of these computers, you can shove it in there. You can have you got all kinds of pockets and whatnot.
One of these computers.
This is the best bag ever. I'm telling you, it's awesome, isn't it?
It's pretty good. I like that you would go on a meeting with the bag around your neck as opposed to strapped around.
Spare change. I mean, no, you would come in like this, and this is one of my favorite Star Trek items in a long time.
I wouldn't recommend this for business travelers. This will be tough to get on the plane.
It's not sharp. No, you say this is
This is a cultural design.
Yeah, don't listen to him. Say that I'm a Klingon and this is what I demand. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, let's go to...
Wait, hang on. Before we go to number two, I think Social Pete has a question for us.
Yeah.
What do you think about the cast of the new Star Trek show?
So far, so great. I mean, they haven't started filming yet, but the lead woman who was just announced yesterday, I forget her name, she's on Walking Dead.
What's her name?
She's got three names. Something Martin Green.
Newsletter.
Yeah, the newsletter.
Well, if you want to find out about who's cast in the new Star Trek, you should follow us and sign up for our newsletter.
She's been on Walking Dead for 17 years. Her name is something... Sonequa Martin Green, yes.
Sonequa Martin Green.
And I don't watch Walking Dead, so I don't know much about her, but I was watching, when this was announced last night, I watched some clips of her. She's dynamite. So she's the lead. She's not the captain, though.
No, who's the captain?
She's our first lieutenant, right?
Where's Michelle Yeoh in all this?
Michelle Yeoh is a captain. I don't know that she's
Whoa.
the captain.
What are they doing? You know, voice of Star Trek.
I know this. Michelle Yeoh is a captain.
Okay,
And her name is Captain Giorgio, which is funny because she doesn't look Romanian, but they gave her a Romanian name. Fine. And she's going to be Dynamite. And then they
Giorgio. That was a perfume my mother wore as a child.
It's different spelling though. Giorgio was a perfume. G-E-R. And then they also cast Anthony Rapp from Dazed and
Of
Confused.
course, and from Rent fame.
From Rent.
And from Dazed and Confused. He's the one.
Yeah.
He's the nerdy one.
Yeah. He plays a astromycologist, which means he studies space fungus.
Whoa, that's gonna be very
Awesome.
trippy then.
It's gonna be great. Yeah, he's gonna have these mushrooms and whatnot. And then they also cast Doug Jones.
Hey,
Doug
Abe
Jones,
Sapien himself.
Abe Sapien, Hellboy, and Pan's Labyrinth. This guy, right? And he's gonna play an alien. So I don't know. That's the story.
An alien from Doug Jones. That's a reach. Can he pull it off?
I think he can. I think he's gonna do Dynamite. I think.
Bob, do you
I'm
have a
unconvinced.
favorite alien species in the Trek world universe?
Gosh, love Klingons. Love Klingons. Klingons are great.
Famous orcs, Klingons.
What did they eventually decide MRES was called?
He would like Mress, Lieutenant
Mress.
Mress. She is a Caitian.
Yes.
C-A-I-T-I-A-N. Mress, Lieutenant Mress.
That, but only the animated versions, not the
Right.
ones they did for the
Right.
reboots.
Right, they show up and there's some Caitians.
We have a long history with our love of Mress.
Mress is wonderful.
Every time Hoffman goes, you see, if you cosplay as Mress and you see Hoffman at a Star Trek show, take a picture of him and know within moments he is texting me that very picture.
It's true.
Yeah.
He'll be out with his family and then start laughing, and then his wife will say, "Why are you laughing?" He's like, "Look," and it's like, "Why are you showing me pictures of a cat lady?" He's like, "Ah, you don't understand.
know.
You don't know."
Anyway, let's talk about the merch.
Okay, now the other great merch from Mress is, dig these two boxes, by the way, and they don't come as a set, but they snap together nicely.
Interlock.
The first one is, well, it's empty now because we got it here. It's this, and you're like, "Oh yeah, nice, Star Trek communicator. I get it. I've seen it before." Well, if this had its batteries charged, it would make all kinds of noises, and it's a perfect replica. It's magnetized here. Perfect replica, and when you click it, you got Scotty's voice, you got Spock's voice, but that's not what it's all about. This is a functional, working communicator, and what you do is you whip out your phone, be it a Droid or one of the iPhone or whatever.
An iTelephone.
You whip out your iTelephone and you pop it around on the Bluetooth, and this is your phone. You can be like Captain Kirk, and you can talk to your mom and tell her to pick you up at band practice on this thing because it's a working Bluetooth connection. And so it's a perfect prop, an exact replica. When it's not in Bluetooth mode, it's got all kinds of sound effects that we can't play. It lights up just like it did on the show, but it has genuine functionality. Also, you could do with Siri on this.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's fantastic.
You can, if you got your Siri on your thing here, you can be like, it's like talking to the computer.
Right.
You can, if you don't have anybody to talk to, you can talk to this all day. It's great. So this is a real piece of work.
So one of the things that's really amazing about this is that this is a magnet. So when it's on display, it really clicks on really nicely. And it doesn't fall off. So that's a nice little
It's really
display.
nice. And
So is this a phone as well?
no, that is not a phone. This is a phaser, which is an instrument of defense and combat in the Star Trek universe.
Bob.
This one is.
Hey, it's
And
food truck.
again, it's exactly to
spec.
spec. It looks, the exact beautiful. They did this right. This is licensed. This is no joke. I mean, everything about.
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
No, that's the other one. But again, much like this, it has an extra component, right? It's not just the perfect phaser. What does it do? You could also pop it out if you want to do.
Let me see.
Yeah, you play around that. Oh, here we go. If you want to do it like that,
Oh, wow.
which happens sometimes. Oh, it's
Put it into your mic.
all right. It's talking. All right. Who wants to guess? Do you know what it is? You do. Do you know what this does in addition to being an awesome phaser?
It's-
What does it do in addition to
It is one of those things that you go to the ear doctor with. Or it's an electronic thermometer.
It's a sonic screwdriver.
That's
No,
nice.
it is a functioning universal television remote.
Whoa.
So, like Elvis, if you want to shoot your TV out, you shoot with your phaser, and you say, I've had enough of this episode of Dancing with the Stars, and you push a button, and you can do what you want. And it works universal, whether you got a Samsung or whether you got a Zenith. It's terrific. So what's great about this, and also it looks really nice, it will, if you're next May, when you're streaming Star Trek Discovery on CBS All Access, you can watch it with this. When Michelle Yeoh does something so awesome and you want to rewind it, one of these buttons,
You just launch it and shoot it
you shoot it in the air. You have so that's great. So these are the two new, fairly high ticket items. They're not cheap.
Well, I would like to point out we have all of these Star Trek items here represented in our Star Trek gift guide on Geek.com. Social Pete will pin that to the comments there. So anything that you see here that you like, we've got access here. Just go here, click it, buy it 1, 2, 3, buy a lot of them. What else do we have?
What's also cool, but it comes with a great case also. So the phaser comes in this case, and it's got like the name of the ship on there. It's like, when you do it.
When you're not watching TV, you can delicately put your phaser.
Look,
right
and this is the plugs, but it looks like a nice thing, right?
Looks like a nice thing.
This is,
Speaking of nice things, Social Pete.
If you were a Star Trek captain, who would be your number one?
Would it have to be someone from the shows or someone through just in life? Anyone. What about you, Bob?
Cory Booker.
Ooh, that's a really good. I feel like you made Social Pete laugh. That's a great number one. That's very confident.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Hoffman?
Well, it would be you, Chris.
Oh, that'd be great. I'd be a piss poor at number one.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a mess.
No, you'd be good Scott. Well, no, you wouldn't be good Scott either.
Who would I be?
You'd be good as Keenser, maybe.
Yeah, I'd be a good Keenser. I'd make a good doctor. I would make a good Neelix. That's what
You'd be
I'm making some stew.
Yeah, terrific Neelix.
I would choose my number one to be Geek.com managing editor Sheila Villari. That would be really where it comes down. So she's somewhere around here. She's running the website is what she's doing. Yeah. So right now she is in this, like typing away and doing all sorts of internet.
Refresh.
So what else do we have? We have a few more minutes
File
here. You got
transfer protocols.
A couple of things over here.
Now, what are you going to put in your awesome bag here, in addition to these two great items? There you go. Number one, this is a relatively inexpensive stocking stuffer because these, these are a little pricey, and this bag is not too pricey, but this is nice too. But this is a great stocking stuffer, and it's hilarious.
Hold it up.
It's called Little Red Shirt's Book of Doom.
Wow, that Doom font looks somewhat familiar.
It's from the people who made, from the dude, his name is Rob Perlman, very, very nice man.
He was on your podcast.
Yeah, he's very funny.
He's hysterical.
Rob
to Engage.
Rob Perlman wrote Fun with Kirk and Spock a few years ago, which was a big, big, big hit.
Was that after Hellboy? Ha! Rob, getting there.
All right. Anyway, so, okay. So Little Red Shirt's Book of Doom is a great, here's the shtick. We all know Red Shirt, right? He's the faceless man who dies in every episode of the original series. Right. So this is the story of prototypical Red Shirt and his entire life before he gets killed. And at every moment in his life is just another little disaster. When he's at a birthday party, when he's trying to do, when he's at,
Read one out loud.
Well, they're more visual than reading, but it's just like time and again, little jokes. So my favorite one is when he's a little kid and he's at a some kind of birthday party, and there's a Baylock piñata, and Baylock, the real Baylock, has a blindfold on, and he swinging at the piñata and hits Red Shirt in the nards.
Oh, the nards.
So it's like buen dispero Baylock, oof, and so that's just one. The shtick is every page. You go, oh, poor Red Shirt. And they're hilarious. And there's so many Easter eggs in here. I mean, if you are hardcore about Trek, there's Sarek I just saw. There's some Khan. There's Lieutenant Leslie Thompson. Everybody's in here. It's dynamite. So that's a fun little gift. Slightly more high-end.
And what is the last thing I see over there on the corner?
Yeah, this is a little pricey. This is the big deal. 50th anniversary of Star Trek this year. This is the box set you need. Blu-rays. Watch this. They're going to transport in, and here's what you get on this. There's like a zillion discs in here. It's all 6 of the original series movies.
Oh.
Star Trek 1 through 6.
Okay.
The one
with the whales.
Oh, it's in there. Seasons, all of TOS, so the 3 seasons of TOS on Blu-ray. And for the first time ever on Blu-ray, first time ever in high def, the animated series also.
Whoa, which happens to be my favorite of all of the...
Right.
the
And there's some beautiful artwork with this, and it's going to do a little bit of that. I'm going to do, I mean, look at it. It's really gorgeous. They have little icons for every disc that if you really know your Trek, it's like, oh, yeah, there's the Gorn, and there's the Fisurius, and, you know, there's Spock with a beard, because this is the disc that Mirror Mirror is on, you know? So it's really beautiful artwork. There's also, in here, dig this, this is a pin that if you want to have like a communicator pin and it's a magnetic. And where are the lobby cards? Oh, they're all in here. Okay. Oh my God, we're making a mess. All right, here we go. So these are these awesome prints for each of the, there's Lieutenant Ilea, there's, it's out of order, here's the motion picture for 6. There's General Chang as a lizard eating the Enterprise. Cybok! Friggin' Cybok! You believe this, Schmendrick, with the wheel? Can you? And there's the one with the whales, George and Gracie, beautiful. This one, look at this.
Beautiful.
This
Very
is
solemn.
after the Faltor Pan ritual. There's new Spock and dying Spock howling. Star Trek 3, the underrated search for Spock. Khan, what are you going to go with it? I think that this image is supposed to be the Genesis planet, but it's also Chekhov howling as the SETI ear plunges into his brain. And back to Ilea. Beautiful stuff.
What a gorgeous...
Yeah, it's a great. It's the gift that your Star Trek nerd, friend, lover, or yourself needs this holiday season. And I don't know why I'm shilling this hard. I don't get a cut off of this, so I should calm down a little bit. But it's a pretty great. It's a pretty great collection, and it's new, so nobody has it yet. It just came out.
Well, terrific. Listen, this has been a wonderful segment. Thank you, Jordan, for joining us.
I'm happy to be
Bob,
here.
thank you for
Movie
joining
Bell,
us
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
We've got a lot more in store for you. What do we have next? We've got, let's go take a look at the internet machine and see what's coming up next. Anime. Holy cow. Speaking of Star Trek, the animated series, we've got a whole segment about Crunchyroll coming up. And if you like anime, you should sign up for Crunchyroll because we've got a special deal for you. You can find out about all our deals from the Geek.com newsletter.
The By the way, I wake up in the morning, I pour myself a cup of hot Earl Grey tea.
Yep.
I go like this, and I sit down and I go, oh man, I need to know what's happening today in the world of popular arts.
Popular arts.
I open my inbox, and there's the Geek.com newsletter.
It's great.
And it's telling me what I need to know. It's telling me the stories I need to click on. It's giving me the pictures I need.
And the stuff you gotta buy. Like
this.
About left bag.
Crazy things. So I tell you, the Geek.com newsletter is where it's at.
It's good stuff.
If you're not on that, forget about it.
You got nothing.
You got nothing.
So listen, while we set up, we're not going to cut away. We're going to actually turn to our friend down here who's building Legos. Show us what you got.
Legos.